Hello everyone, greeting of the day. In this video, this is Sashirika. In this video, we are going to see about AC machines. In that one, we are going to see about three-phase induction motor. This is the content of this particular video, and this motor is a typical view of your induction motor. So, induction motor is most commonly used in all application in industries. Okay, these are also called as asynchronous motor because it will not run with the synchronous speed. Synchronous speed is nothing but the speed of a rotating magnetic field in a stator. Synchronous speed means the speed of rotating magnetic field in the stator. Means the input or the input voltage or input power what you are going to give, no, that is known as synchronous. With that one, if your motor is going to run, that is known as synchronous speed. And these are the characteristic features of your induction motor. So it is very simple and rugged in the sense it can able to withstand harsh handling also, that is known as rugged construction. And next one is cost low, minimum maintenance, high dependability, sufficient high profile proficiency, and need no additional starting motor and necessary not to be synchronized. If it is not going to be in synchronization also, it will give an proper output. That is the main advantage of my induction motor. And these are the advantage of the induction motor. First one is low cost and low maintenance cost and easy of operation, speed variation, high starting torque and durability. Most of the industrial applications, they will go for low cost motor with high output. Means the efficiency should be more and the cost should be low. Most of the industrial application will be based on those motors. So induction motor plays a major role in all industrial applications, right? So this is the construction of your induction motor. The stator and the rotor, it plays a major role in the construction. So this is your typical view of a construction. What are the details present inside a motor? So if you're going to see the stator, it is stationary, means it is not rotating. Fine. It is fixed to the base or the workbench. Fine. That is your stator and this is your rotor. So again, construction, if you're going to see, and three-phase induction motor. Again, induction motor is divided into two types. First one is single-phase induction motor and the second one is the three-phase induction motor. In this video, we are going to see about three-phase induction motor. In a three-phase induction motor, stator will be there and rotor will be there. Again, stator means stationary part of the motor. Stator winding is placed in stator of induction motor and three-phase supply is given. So, you are going to give a three-phase supply to the stator winding only. Stator, you are going to give three-phase induction, means three-phase supply. The next is your rotor. Rotor is nothing but your rotating part of your induction motor. Fine. The rotor is connected to mechanical load through the shaft. Means from rotor, you are going to take the output and you are going to give to your mechanical output. I repeat, stator means stationary part of your induction motor and rotor means rotating part of your induction motor. So again, I said classification, it's of two types, and single phase and as well as three phase. So single phase, again it is having this much of classification. Again, slip phase, it will be there. Capacitor starter induction motor is there. Again, capacitor start, capacitor run induction motor, shaded. These are classification of single phase induction motor. And two types of induction motor classification available in three phase. First one is squirrel cage induction motor and the second one is slip ring induction motor. So what is the main working principle of your induction motor is very similar to your transformer. If you know the working principle of your transformer, this is similar to the transformer. So the motor which works on the principle is electromagnetic induction. And it is since the motor is going to work under induction, no, that is so it is called as induction motor. The electromagnetic induction again is the phenomenon in which electromotive force induces across the electrical conductor when it is placed in a rotating magnetic field. That's what what is that, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. The same principle is followed. So the stator is a stationary part. It carries the overlapping windings while the rotor carries the main field winding. See, what is the main advantage of your induction motor? Means AC motor. AC means alternating current, right? DC, if you are going to see, you have to give supply to your armature winding also and field winding also. But if you are going to see in this AC motor, no, you can able to give input, means power, to only to your stator. So that is the main advantage with your induction motor. Means AC motor. Totally I am speaking about alternating current motor, AC. alternating current motor, what is the main advantage is in DC, if you are going to see for the two windings, you are going to give the input supply. But if in this AC machines or AC motor, if you are going to see, you are going to give only to the stator, means only one is enough for the induction. So the winding of the stator equally displayed from each other by an angle of 120 degree. That is what, if you're going to see an AC supply, the output means it is kept apart of 120 degree. That is what they have stated here. The induction motor is the single excited motor. That's what I told. Single excited motor. The supply is applied only to the one part. So only one part you are going to apply the supplies. That is nothing but your stator. So next is your the term excitation means the process in inducting the magnetic field of the part of the motor. So whenever my magnetic field is induced, that is known as my excitation. The next one, three-phase supply is given. Working principle, again the term excitation means a process, means where my magnetic field is induced, that is known as excitation. Fine. Again, three-phase supply is given to the stator, not the rotor. To be very clear, only to the stator you are going to give the three-phase supply. Then the rotor you are not going to give. The rotating magnetic field is produced. If you are going to see a transformer, in that one primary winding you will be giving an input. Fine. And the power is transferred to the secondary winding through electromagnetic induction. The same. Here it will be stator flux and the rotor flux. There is primary flux and secondary flux. That is the main difference. So this is your typical diagram of your three-phase induction motor, stator and as well as rotor. So three-phase supply you are going to give, electromagnetic induction is produced, and because of that a torque is induced. So main flux direction will be in this, and rotor direction, stationary direction, stator direction, all those things will be given in this manner. Again, alternating flux, if you are going to give, rotating flux is induced in the rotor. The relative speed between stator RMF and rotating magnetic field and rotor conductor causes an induced EMF in the rotor conduction. That is what, if you are going to give an three-phase supply to the stator, you are getting an EMF. Fine. That is transferred to your rotor by electromagnetic field. So the rotor conductor are short circuited. If you're going to see your transformer, the secondary is short circuited with your load. Again, here also it is short circuited. Then only the EMF is produced. This action is same as your transformer, hence it is called as rotating transformer. The induction motor is also called as rotating transformer because it is the working principle of your transformer and as well as your induction motor is equal, means same. So in this animation you can able to find how my rotating field is cutted and how I am going to give an output. This is your the rotating magnetic field is cutting your stator conductor. Stator conductor is cutted. The color is specified where it is apart 120 degrees. My stator winding means three-phase supply is given to the stator. The big circle, that one is your stator and that is your rotating magnetic field. So according to that, whenever my rotating magnetic field is cutting my stator conductor, I am getting an output, and it is in this manner, and this is very, very important. So and now induced current in this rotor is also produce. Induced current in rotor will also produce alternating flux. That is what you are going to have two fluxes. One is your rotor flux and as well as your stator flux. Again, the direction of your rotor is always opposing force because of your Lenz's law. The same, whatever principle we are following in the transformer, the same it is here. The rotating magnetic field is produced because of that particular EMFs. So what will be the direction of my RMF? That is what rotating magnetic field is. How my stator flux is there, the same it will be my rotating magnetic field. Rotor rotates in the same direction as that of stator flux to minimize the relative velocity. The rotor needs succeeds in it can't able to catch that particular speed of that particular stator. My rotor speed will not catch my stator speed. Why? If suppose it is going to catch, I will not get particular torque. This is the basic working principle of induction motor, and this is of three phase, right? So synchronous speed, the rotational speed of rotating magnetic field is called synchronous speed. How my rotating magnetic field is running, no, that is known as my synchronous speed. So ns is equal to 120 into f is nothing but frequency of supply, p is nothing but your number of poles present in that particular induction motor. Again, your slip, what do you mean by slip is the difference between your synchronous speed and your stator speed. So rotor tries to catch up your synchronous speed of the stationary field, stator field. So it will not be equal. If it is going to be equal, your torque will be getting reduced. So yeah, S is nothing but ns minus n divided by your ns. Ns is nothing but your synchronous speed and n is nothing but your rotor speed. Always my rotor speed is less than my synchronous speed. That is so only this my induction motor is known as asynchronous motor. Means whatever input supply I am going to give, with that one my motor is not running. So this is known as asynchronous motor. And this three phase induction motor is self starting, but single phase induction motor is not self starting. Why it is self starting is because of this three phase induction. Means three phase supply you are going to give whenever it is started, no, the other part again 120 degree, again it will start moving the rotor. See, if we consider three phase A, B and C, when phase of A get magnetized, the rotor will move towards the phase A winding A. Again means once A gets started, no, again it will go for the B, again it will go for the C. So rotor will continue to rotate automatically, and it does not need any starting. Means starter self starting. It is self starting, and extra starting motor it is not required in your induction motor. And this is nothing but your induction motor. And these are the reference I have done, and thank you so much.